Mad Panic Gaming.
Awesome!
What's up, everybody? Jim here. Welcome back for another epic game hunt on Mad Panic Gaming. Today, popped into a book off here in Tokyo and was surprised to find a considerable amount of retro games, especially for the Famicom, Super Famicom, and N64, and the prices were honestly kind of shockingly low for some of these games, all things considered. So I picked up quite a few, so sit back, relax, because that's what's coming up next. Let's go game hunting. Alright, take a look at all of these beautiful, wonderful retro games. Nature's Bounty, my cup runneth over. Getting started, had a whole bunch of boxed Super Famicom games, starting with a copy of Kirby Bowl for 1,500 yen, which is very nice. That's just under $10 right now for a complete game. Can't argue with that. 4,500 though on this copy of Ganbare Goemon 4. Which is obviously significantly more expensive than 1,500, as I hold on that for a potential thumbnail. But for that game in particular, it's actually not a bad price. That's one that's gone up quite a bit. Usually complete, I see it for closer to 7,000 or something. 4,500 also for Ganbare Goemon 2, which is my favorite of the bunch. And again, that ain't bad. That's somewhere in the mid $30 range. Not too bad. Definitely better than what you'll find online. 3,500, excuse me, for this copy of the Great Battle Gaiden, I do believe. Another fun game in the Great Battle series. Here, this was interesting. Got a copy of Chrono Trigger, marked at 2,300, but it is 50% off. So I guess it's marked as having some kind of damage to, I think, the manual. So it's 50% off. So at least, you know, they're upfront about that. Here, another one for 1,500. This is Garo Densetsu 2. Fatal Fury 2. Good game. I mean, once Fatal Fury Special came out, kind of obsolete, but still very good. I'll put it right there next to Yoshi's Island. Don't mind if I do. Again, complete box games for less than $10. You really can't argue with that. Another game, 2,300 at 50% off, was Bomberman, Super Bomberman 3, and we got a copy of Super Bomberman 4, 2,700. And that ain't bad. 2,700. I mean, I'm going to show the prices on screen, but that's pretty damn good. 900 yen. For a complete copy of Super Nazo Puyo. That is exceptionally cheap. That's like, what, $5 for a complete? And it's a good game. So that is what we like to call lovely. Definitely taking some of these games home with me today. We got a complete Smash Brothers, 1,800 yen. And that box looks pretty damn good. Don't mind telling you. For 4,500, another 4,500 game. No discounts on this one, unfortunately. Rockman X2, fantastic game. And then we've got 1,500 again at 50% off because of damage to the box. So 750 yen. That's very inexpensive. And 1,500 for a complete copy of Final Fight 2. And that's very nice. Box is in good condition, manual, everything, inserts, all good. Another 1,500 one. Didn't quite get to that one, but Panel de Pawn also 1,500, aka Tetris Attack. So we got Final Fight 2, we got Yoshi's Island, we got Panel de Pawn. We got all these really good games for just under $10. Not bad. 25.28 for one of these 16-bit collections. It's got a couple of the Super Chinese games, and then something or other, the Phoenix. 1,800 on a complete copy of Super Mario World. Very nice. 480 on these Saint Seiya games. 900 on this magical Taruru Tokun. That ain't too bad, I guess. And 900 on Captain Tsubasa, which is usually cheaper than that. And 480 for this copy of Kinnikuman. And it's actually a pretty damn clean cartridge. I also like how they have these cartridges color-coded. That's very nice. Some Jajamaru-kun. Classic series there. Can't go wrong with those. Some of these pachinko games and stuff. Bowling, 270 yen. Was that like a $1.50? Dr. Mario is also 480. We got these Final Fantasies, 900. Wow. These are some, well, at least a couple of them were some clean looking cards. Some of these Dr. Marios are a little faded. But you can't complain with like a couple of bucks per game. We got these DBZ games. They're all 480. Putting them at around, I don't know, $3. Maybe less than $3. Got some Tecmo Wrestling. We've got Downtown Neketsu Special, also 900 yen. Can't go wrong with that. That's a fun game. It's like the feudal Japan version of River City Ransom, and I like it a lot. And 480 on Neketsu Hakibu, which is a fantastic game. One of my just favorite like sports games on the Famicom generally. Really good game. Star Luster. Some Hokuto no Ken 2, which I believe is the one that was released as Fist of the North Star on the NES. That is also 480 yen. And yes, I will take you. Thank you very much. So a lot of these, they're between like, 300 yen and 900 yen. Let's see, what is this? Wow, 270 for Tetris. That's very nice. And this game, the title, the complete title escapes me right now. Suguru Quest, I think is what it's called. That's 900 yen. That's also by Technos Japan. Has an art style similar to River City Ransom. Pretty fun little dice RPG kind of game. 480 on Dragon Ball. That's really good. We come down here. We got a nice little selection of Super Famicom games, including Rockman X2. 1500 for the loose cart, so that's fine. So loose cart is just under 10 bucks, and I think that's fair. Super Street Fighter 2, 900 yen. Making that an exceptionally cheap title right now. And Cho Makaimura, aka Super Ghouls and Ghosts, 1500. So another game that is right at the $10 mark. For a loose cart, which I think most people would agree, is pretty damn fair. I don't think you're going to get an SNES Super Ghouls and Ghosts for 10 bucks, even if it is loose. 2164 for another one of these multi-carts. It's got some Jajamaru and other stuff on it, the 8-bit multi-cart. I don't have any of those. I think with emulation, they're especially not necessary. 2900 on a complete copy of Aladdin, and that's very nice. And then Arkanoid here for 1800. Which is also pretty good. So a lot of these games, they're between like the $10 and $20 mark. At the lower end of that even. So not bad at all. 4,500 for Tiny Toon Adventures, which is an awesome game. I like it a lot. I like the sequel as well, but the first one is the best for sure. It's a really nice platformer, although it's even better on the Mega Drive. 3,200 Rockman X4 and Rockman X6. That ain't bad. And 2,300 for Rockman 6, I believe. And Rockman 5. That's nice. And 2,700 on Rockman 2, Rockman 3, Rockman 4, the original Rockman, 1,800. Okay, that was a lot of Rockman just now. You gotta excuse me, I got an overload there. 1,500 on Raiden Project. Are you kidding me? 10 bucks for Raiden Project? Yes, please. That was a hell of a deal right there. Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history. Raiden Project, PS1, 10 bucks. Puyo Puyo 2, awesome, poppin' music. I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people like it. We've got a handful of GameCube games. We've got some of these emulator things, clone consoles. We got a bunch more games here, including NBA Jam for 480 yen. But the back of it was a little bit grody. But still, pretty cheap for NBA Jam. One of Most popular games of all time. Got some Mario Kart. We got some DK Country. We got some Dragon Ball Z, Super Butoden 2, 480 yen. One of the Gokuden games. Those are always cheap. 270 yen for a loose Chrono Trigger. That just, you know, if you really want to collect some of these physical RPGs, maybe learn to read Japanese, because they are as common as dirt in Japan, and they're super cheap. We got the original Sailor Moon here, 900 yen. Super clean cart. That is like an incredibly good price on that. That's usually about a 2,000 yen game, if not more, as a loose cart. So that I was very happy with. We got some Front Mission, we got some Yu Yu Hakusho, we got some Final Fantasy. At this point, I'm kind of just like, there's so many games in here to flip through, but it looks like on the surface, a lot of it is pretty common stuff. A lot of common RPGs, and then, you know, things like Donkey Kong and Mario. 270 on Ranma 1/2, one of the Ranma 1/2 games. So I took that. That's so cheap. That's like $1.50. Even though those games aren't great, like, can you really argue with that? We got some more good stuff here. Rockman X2. This one for $19.50. I guess that's a little bit of a cleaner cart. A little more expensive than the other one we saw. And hey, what the hell? Why not? We got some PS2 games. And they're broken up into genre, which I like a lot. Dragon Force, which I used to listen to Dragon Force albums when I would go on my morning runs. Haven't been listening to them to so much lately. I love it when it's broken down by genre. It just makes everything so much easier. So we got some puzzle games here, which is nice. Puyo Puyo Fever, 480 yen. Super cheap. We got some Wii games. If you like your Wii, I don't get a lot of requests for Wii, but 480 yen for Basada 2, 2,300 yen for Sonic Colors, which I did play and is an awesome game. And then Sonic, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. I lost track of all the Sonics. Like, I played a couple of the good ones. I played Colors, I played Generations, I had fun with those. Everything else, I really don't know what the hell's going on. Fighting games, that's what we really want. 3,200 on that KOF. 270 on EX3. 1,100 on Arcana Heart 2. Are you kidding me? That is a amazing deal. 900 there. I mean, yeah, a bunch of copies of Third Strike. So yeah, everything in here was priced fine. It was all very fair, but then some of these games were just a hell of a deal. I don't mind telling you. We got Virtua Fighter, good stuff. Fate Unlimited Codes, 900 yen. I didn't even have to dwell on that. That's just going home with me. Okay, 2 copies of Fate Unlimited Codes at 900 yen each. 1,800 on Bloody Roar 4. We got, yeah, Art of Fighting Collection. But yeah, that's insane. 900 yen. What was that, like $6? $5 for these Fate Unlimited Codes? That's wonderful. So let's look at the bounty we're picking up today. We got Fate Unlimited Codes, we got Rama, we got Raiden Project, we got Sailor Moon, we got Hokuto no Ken, we got Panel Depon, we got Final Fight 2, we got Fatal Fury 2, and I did pick up, we got Nazo Puyo, picked up the complete copy of Yoshi's Island. I mean, look, all this stuff is great. I ended up walking out with all this stuff, and I think probably altogether ran about $50. What a deal. Okay, goodbye. See you next time.